Hey everybody, Sick this year again to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. Today I got another unboxing for you, so let's take a look at what I got. Today's package comes from Michael McDonough, another one of my viewers who had the kindness of their heart decided to send me a few more titles from my collection. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel down below, you can check him out, give him a sub. The first title he sent me was Embrace the Vampire. This I knew was coming. This is the entire reason why he sent me a package. We were talking about this one for a little bit. I guess it was last week I mentioned that I bought the movie Dick, and in the movie Dick I said that I didn't really know what the movie was about, but if anything, at least there was eye candy in it because it had Kirsten Dunst. To which he replied, if you really want to see a movie with great eye candy, you gotta check out Embrace the Vampire for Alyssa Milano. And judging by how she looks on the front, yeah, I would say this movie has some eye candy in it. I looked at the movie, saw what it was about, you know, I saw Alyssa Milano, I saw it was a vampire movie, sounded pretty good to me, so I definitely said I was interested, definitely wanted to check it out. Told him that eventually maybe I'll have to pick it up and someday see it. He said he'd get an extra copy, he sent it my way, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out. The next title he sent me was Unborn. I really know nothing about this. I do own the original Unborn and Unborn 2. I own them both on VHS. I still have yet to watch it, so I really don't even know what those are about. I'm assuming this is a remake. I'm guessing it does have the same name. I don't know. When this came out, I pretty much just completely avoided it because I heard it wasn't very good, so I just never bothered looking anything up on it. Never bothered to check it out, but I do love horror movies, and a lot of times when people say horror movies are really bad, I end up liking them, so look forward to checking it out. Hopefully it's good. The next title in the package was V, the original miniseries. Another title I really know nothing about. I know a lot of people were really into this apparently. I think they brought it back like a year ago or something like that, and everybody started talking about it once again. I never really got into it. I don't know anything about it. I just didn't seem like my thing, but I could be completely wrong. I'm assuming this is something, I mean, there's flying saucers there, so it must be sci-fi related. I do like sci-fi, but I can't even say I'm really necessarily picky about my sci-fi, but for some reason, I need it to come to me. You know, I'll go to horror movies, I'll go to comedies, I'll go to dramas, I'll go to action movies, and, you know, I'll hunt down those movies. But when it comes to sci-fi movies, I kind of need them to come to me. I need people to say, you should check this movie out, or I need to see, like a preview for something. They all need to come to me for some reason. I don't know what it is about sci-fi. It just seems to be, you know, how sci-fi works for me. So, again, I really never bothered to look up what this really was about, never really got into it, but now that I have a copy of it, I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out. And the last title he sent me was, and this is pretty cool, I Spit on Your Grave. This here is the Force Entertainment release, which I definitely wanted just for collecting purposes. I do already have the A.K.A. blu-ray release of this, but I just wanted this one, again, just for collecting purposes. I mean, I love the artwork. It's one of the original releases. Very cool to have this. It's a great movie. Kind of twisted, you know, very long rape scene in this movie, which is pretty hard to watch, but I do love the end of this. It is a great movie, and I really do like it for what it is. So, very happy to have this. Again, just for collecting purposes, very cool. So, thanks again to Mike McDonough. As I said, down below, there's a link to his YouTube channel. Definitely check him out. Definitely give him the sub. He deserves it. So that's it for what I bought today, so now it's what I watched. And today I checked out Tootsie on CED. Yes, this is my first ever CED I watched. It was awesome. Didn't really give me much problems. It is, unfortunately, CEDs tend to go bad if you don't store them 100% perfectly. I did some research on them. They don't last very long. They go bad pretty quickly. And these I got really cheap. They're not in the best shape, so I kind of assumed that there'd probably be some issues with them. And it only skipped on me 3 times, which I would say, all things considered, is pretty good. And it skips kind of weird too. It's not like a DVD skip that sort of just kind of pauses or maybe like jolts a little bit and then goes to like the next scene or anything like that. It's not, you know, like VHS kind of does that wavy thing or stuff like that. It's its own, you know, it's a CED skip. It's really weird. It sort of like flickers. It does this weird like the scene keeps going, the audio keeps going and the scene keeps going, but the picture flickers. It's really weird. But like I said, only did that 3 times and it would do it for like 15 seconds and then go away. So it wasn't even like it ruined the movie. And as I said, the audio would keep going too. So all in all, it was great watching a CED. Now let's get on to the movie. I'm going to put this down. It's gigantic. The movie was pretty good. I really did enjoy it. I'd heard good things. That's why I wanted to watch it. Dustin Hoffman in drag, that was interesting. He made a very ugly woman, but I guess believable. I don't know. I had a hard time with that. With Dustin Hoffman in drag, you know, I could see how he could fool some people. Okay. But the fact that nobody in the movie went, is that a man? You know, it was kind of obvious. He played a really ugly woman, and you could sort of tell it was a man in there. Again, I could see how he could fool some people, but he spends a lot of time with the same people over and over and over again in this movie, and the fact that none of them catch on seemed a little off. But I kind of let things go. You know, when I see movies like this, I go, okay, it's a movie. I'll, you know, put reality aside and realize that for the sake of the story, people have to think he's actually a woman. Okay, I can let that slide. The movie, like I said, was pretty decent. Dustin Hoffman, basically, he's an actor, but he can't get any work because nobody wants to work with him because he's really into his craft, and anytime he goes to audition, he wants to basically turn the play around and make it his play. The producer will say, or the director will say, hey, do this, and he would say, well, why would that happen? And the director will say, who cares, do it, that's how the play's written, and he's like, no, I'm not going to have any of this. So he storms off a lot, or a lot of times people, you know, it's just, he's just not what directors are looking for, so he just can't get any work. So he ends up dressing up as a woman and going out for this role for a soap opera. He ends up getting the role and ends up becoming this huge star because he's very much about, not necessarily like feminism, but he's very much about like women's power and, you know, that a man can't like overpower a woman, and, you know, basically the woman has rights and all that stuff. So women just really take this character and love this character and think she's great and everything, and she becomes this big star. He ends up falling in love with one of his co-stars. That co-star's father ends up falling in love with Dustin Hoffman as a woman. I believe her name is Dottie, I believe. Do I have that right? Is it Dottie? Doesn't matter. So her father ends up falling in love with him. Big craziness ensues, and at the end of the movie, he ends up revealing himself live on the soap opera. They're doing a live taping, and he does this a lot. During the show, he will just start to go off on a tangent and do his own dialogue, which every time he does it works. He always ends up doing the dialogue better than it was written, and everybody's pretty much happy. They get all scared, and then he delivers his lines, and everybody's like, "Oh, that was great! That was perfect! That was brilliant!" And everybody loves him for it. Especially the viewers. So he starts going off one of his little like tangents, going on to his lines, and everybody's like, "Oh no, not while we're doing it live!" And he just starts going and going, and it's just dragging on, and everybody's starting to get really worried because usually when he does these little tangents, you know, it's a quick little line here and there that, you know, does what he wants to say, but he's going off for a while now, so everybody's kind of getting worried. And in the end, pulls off the wig and he says, you know, I'm a man, and he does this whole storyline. It's pretty crazy. And this is the part of the movie that bugged me. Once he does that, and once he reveals that he's a man, it seems like everybody's kind of okay with it. I mean, everybody's shocked, and then he goes, first person he talks to is his co-star's dad, the one who fell in love with Dustin Hoffman as a woman. Goes and talks to him, and he's all pissed off, and then all of a sudden he's like buddy, and Dustin Hoffman proclaims his love to his daughter, and he's like okay with it. I don't know. I mean, I guess unless the dad was really, really cool. I mean, he proposed to him. The dad proposed to Dustin Hoffman. I mean, he was ready to marry him/her. He was ready for marriage. I don't know. I think he'd be a little bit more pissed off, you know, than just kind of okay with it. I mean, he's like pissed off for like a minute, and then Dustin Hoffman talks to him for a little bit, and then he's like, "Oh, okay, we're friends now." I thought that was a little much. Once he finally talks to the co-star that he's in love with, you know, there's a little bit of an argument and stuff there, and then all of a sudden he makes a joke and everything's like okay, and they're good and they're gonna be dating and stuff. And I don't know. I'm thinking she would have been a little more pissed off too, because Dustin Hoffman and the co-star, they became like best friends. They were like buddy, and you know, to find out that your best friend, who you think's a woman, is actually a man. I don't know. I think you'd be a little weirded out by that. I mean, not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with that. You know, hey, if you want to be a drag queen, that's fine by me. Or even in his case, where he's not a drag queen, he was just doing it to get a role. You know, fine. But I'm still thinking if my best friend, again, who was a woman, turned out to be a man and they never told me, you know, or even, I don't know, and then proclaimed like their love to me. I don't know. It's so weird. I don't even know how I would take that. It'd be really... it'd be really weird. I mean, I guess I can look at it from the other way around. Like, what if my best friend, who's a man, actually turned out to be a woman and then proclaimed her love to me? That would be a little weird. I'd be like, well, why'd you lie to me? Why didn't you just tell me in the first place what was going on? But they seem to just get over it pretty quickly. And then we never find out, you know, it seems like he's not on the soap anymore. I guess he got fired. But I would have liked to have heard more about that. I would have liked to have heard more about how he got fired and what they did and how everybody on the soap opera took it. Because you do get to know some of the cast. You do get to know some of the like the producers and the directors of the show too. So you get to know them, and I want to know how they took it. They don't really tell you that. So the ending was the only thing I had a problem with, and was a little bit too much for me to believe in. I just didn't see it kind of ending like that. Movie's like 2 hours long. Maybe it should have been like 2 hours and 15 minutes long or something like that, just to give you a little bit more as to what happened and not have made everybody just so okay with it right away. That was the only downfall. But in the end, I thought it was a great movie. It had a lot of great actors in it that I didn't even know. I mean, people like Bill Murray, and the list goes on. I mean, there's Gina Davis. There's a ton of people in this movie you'll recognize. You'll watch this movie and be like, I know that person, I know that person, I know that person. A lot of very famous people in this movie. Not necessarily doing big roles, but it was interesting to see all these people in the movie. So in the end, I would definitely recommend it. It was a good movie, good storyline. Again, the ending wasn't perfect. I wish it would have been a little bit better, but all in all, it was decent, and I would recommend it. And I had a great time watching my first ever CD. Definitely looking forward to watching some more of these. So that's it for what I bought and what I watched today. Once again, as I already said, thank you so much to Michael McDonough. Check out his YouTube channel down below. Thank you so much. Definitely looking forward to watching those titles. Also watching Tootsie on CD was great. Loved it. Thought it was a good movie. Definitely would recommend it. Ending wasn't the best, but all in all, a good movie that I would definitely recommend. I'm actually about to head out right now and pick up my first ever beta player, which is awesome. Hopefully, anyway. I was supposed to actually get it yesterday, and I called the guy up who I was buying it off of and never heard back from him. I actually called him twice. I even sent him an email when I never heard from him. I never heard anything. Gave him a call today. He finally answered and said, yeah, you can come pick it up today. So he wants me to call him back at 4:30 to see where he'll be, because apparently he's dropping his daughter off somewhere. We're going to meet up somewhere, and he's going to give it to me. So hopefully when I call today at 4:30, he'll actually answer and I'll actually get my beta player, because I really would have liked to have it yesterday, so I got to show it to you guys today. But hopefully I'll have it for you tomorrow. I'm definitely looking forward to it. The cool thing about that is it also means that within 1 week, I've gotten a new Laserdisc player. I have 3 of them now, but I got a new Laserdisc player, a CED player, and a beta player. That's awesome. And hopefully this one works too. Hopefully I don't have any problems with it like I did with the CED player. I would love to, and this is the one, the downfalls. I'm not going to be able to check it out first. I was really thinking, I was originally thinking I was going to go to his house. I even was going to bring a beta tape with me. I was going to plug it in, just make sure it plays okay. Probably wasn't, I mean, I'm sure I wasn't going to hook it up to a TV, but I was just going to make sure it ran and everything and whatnot. But now that I'm meeting up with him, I'm kind of buying this blindly. So hopefully it works. Hopefully I don't have a broken beta player to show you tomorrow. We'll see. And hopefully I have a beta player at all to show you tomorrow. Hopefully I definitely get it tonight. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to see what I bought and what I watch tomorrow. See ya.